What up, what up, what up? How are y'all doing? I'm doing great as usual. Well. What do we have here? Do we have Bob Arum? Do we have Terrence Crawford? Or do we have Mikey Garcia talking shit? It seems like the sweepstakes are out. Who's gonna get the Manny Pacquiao fight? We started with four. Now it seems like we are down to two. At first, I believe Manny Pacquiao's team was looking for Conor McGregor, the big money fight that he could have gotten. That seemed to pass to the wayside. Doesn't seem to be happening. So, the next move was King Ryan Garcia in an exhibition. Who in the hell wants to see an exhibition between two professional fighters? Even though one is a 135 pounder and the other one, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, was a 147 pounder, they could have met in the middle and got it on with a real fight. Well, the public wasn't too fooled and the public wasn't too excited. So that fight passed by the wayside. Then at the beginning of March, we heard Mikey Garcia in the back of an Uber or a limo or an SUV or whatever the hell he was in, talking to a female reporter, and he stated that the Pacquiao fight is damn near done. And the reason why the fight in his mind was damn near done is because they, meaning they, I mean Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, came to an agreement before the pandemic. Once the pandemic hit, the fight went away. So after the boxing world and people starting putting on fights started opening up, Team Mikey Garcia reached out to Manny Pacquiao to try and get that fight going. And according to Mikey, at the beginning of March, that fight was going to happen. And being a big Mikey Garcia fan like I am, he is my favorite fighter. Normally, we do not see Mikey Garcia jump in the gym unless he has a fight. He has been in the gym now for roughly about 3 to 4 weeks. Still no concrete news of if he got the Manny Pacquiao fight. That's what everybody was assuming. That's what all the big uh, publishers, news journalists, that's what everybody was writing about. And then earlier this week, Mr. Bob Arum, CEO of Top Rank Promotions, president of Top Rank Promotions, owner of Top Rank Promotions, whatever his role is now, who knows? The guy's 90 years old. He went on Beauty Shop Conversations with Fred and did his normal interview. For some reason, he likes to go on that channel. I think he trusts Fred. I don't know how Fred got that spot with Mr. Bob Arum, but he did, and big ups to him for doing that. Even though I don't agree with 90% of the things Fred says and does, I do respect him for the fact that he can get certain interviews and certain people to go on his channel. And during that interview, Bob stated that there are major things coming for Terrence Crawford. There will be a big fight announcement coming by the end of this week. A lot of people have assumed that that fight announcement was going to be Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao in Abu Dhabi sometime during the summer. No, actually, no. I'm wrong. I think it is the summer, but I think Bob, in his trifling ways, he wanted to put on that Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford fight the same night Teofimo Lopez is supposed to fight George Kambosos on Triller. Now, Bob Arum said there is something big in the works for Terrence Crawford. Now, when Bob Arum says there's something big, we all would assume that there's two fights that he's talking about. Manny Pacquiao or Errol Spence. Well, we know the Spence fight is not happening because Spence wants 140% of the pie. So we are all assuming that it's Manny Pacquiao. Well, if you look at Bob Arum's history, you look at the certain fights that he has put on, what does Bob Arum mean by big news and big fight? Could that be Ugas? Could that be Sean Porter? Somehow could that be Keith Thurman? I do not know. And I would find it hard to believe that it's Manny Pacquiao. Now, why do I say that to everybody who is tuned into Moore's house? I'm saying that because Manny Pacquiao put out a response saying that Bob Arum is lying. There is no Terrence Crawford fight. So who are we to believe? I mean, this boxing politics, this he said, she said, this Twitter, this Instagram, I mean, this shit has to stop. I mean, it really does. All the negotiations should happen behind closed doors, and when the fight is agreed, announce it to the world. So why would Bob Arum go on barbershop conversations and say that? He's trying to stir the pot. We know for a fact that Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum do not get along. Manny Pacquiao believes strongly that Bob Arum was a major factor in why and how he got robbed when he fought Jeff Horn in Australia. So I do not see Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum working together. Therefore, I'm still holding out hope that my man, Mikey Garcia, my favorite fighter, gets a fight with Manny Pacquiao. With Terrence Crawford, I mean, it could go anywhere. For the sport of boxing, obviously we want to see Crawford fight Spence. Or maybe even Ugas to try to get that elusive last belt that's floating around out there between Spence and Crawford. I highly doubt that's going to happen since Ugas is with the PBC. So I am assuming that Spence is going to fight Ugas, which nobody cares about. And if Ugas fought Crawford, nobody would have cared about that either. So I'm assuming an announcement's coming very soon. Hopefully by the end of the week, like Bob Arum has stated, that Terrence Bud Crawford will fight Sean Porter on pay-per-view. I think that is the fight that's going to happen. I'm not saying that only because Mikey Garcia is my favorite fighter and I want him to get the Pacquiao fight. I'm just going off by the relationship with Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum. And the fact that The Middle East knows Pacquiao, but they really don't know Terrence Bud Crawford. So do they really want to spend $50+ million on that fight? Maybe because it's Pacquiao. So this is what I think is going to happen. I think Spence is going to get Ugas. Crawford's going to get Sean Porter. Mikey's going to get Manny Pacquiao. And I think Thurman might get Virgil Ortiz. Or vice versa. Maybe Ugas gets Thurman. I don't know. I do not know. If it was my dream scenario in the welterweight division, it would be Manny versus Mikey, Spence versus Crawford, Ugas versus Thurman, simply because Ugas has already fought Porter, and then we get Porter versus Virgil Ortiz. That's what I would like to see in the 147-pound division. That's what I think most fans would be happy with. We do not need to see Crawford fight Pacquiao. We want to see Crawford fighting Spence. So that's just a quick video. As of right now, rumor has it Crawford's getting the Pacquiao fight. But then we see a quote from Pacquiao or Pacquiao's team saying that it's all bullshit, don't believe it, Bob Arum is lying. So that's where I'm going to leave it with you guys. Make sure, like always, like, subscribe, and share. And I want to put a couple videos or a video up here in this corner. Make sure you check it out. And definitely subscribe. I appreciate it. This is Moore's House. Peace.